I warned 343 this would happen. All the way back in January, I said to 343 when they announced they're moving away from seasons, they need to be careful about the balance between monetization and playable content. The Spirit of Fire operation launched and almost everything was in the shop. Halo fans immediately knew that Season 6 was scrapped and all of the armor was put in the shop. People voiced their concerns then. Fast forward to 6 months later and the Anvil operation launches and people have officially had enough. The like to dislike ratio on the Anvil operation announced trailer and then the launch trailer says volumes. Over 50% of the population now are fed up with the ridiculous microtransaction shop that seemingly always has content, and what makes it even worse regardless of those prices, the only playable content coming to the game is from the community. Yes, some 343 developers lend a hand in some Forge related items, aka Juggernaut, but on the whole, 90% of the content that has come out this year has been from the community, and more than that, after the Spirit of Fire operation, there wasn't a single developer made map released. As the title said, I warned 343 this would happen. The first Spirit of Fire update looked great, but I said be careful when pushing the microtransactions so hard, especially when you're moving away from seasons. Each update or operation since then has seemingly gotten worse, and it's eroded all of the goodwill 343 brought up, fixing the game up until Season 5. Honestly, the last 1 to 2 months have been a definitive turning point. Whether you're like me and you absolutely love playing Halo Infinite even today, or if you haven't logged in a while, I think we can all unanimously agree that charging ridiculously for microtransactions, not listening to our feedback on that at all, not following up with developer made content when you're charging those prices is not good business. Now this echoes what I've been saying the past 6 months, but hopefully it's gotten to the point where 343 will actually listen. You cannot have the microtransactions without the content. Forge just doesn't cut it. You can have that to supplement the main developer content, but it should not be a replacement for dev quality releases. Now yes, everyone has said 343 is moving on from Halo Infinite. 2 things to say to that. 1, there is at least 1 more major update to come for the game. We don't know when that's going to come out. And 2, because 343 is relying on forges so heavily now, I've noticed and I've spoken to a lot of forges, they're actually getting burnt out. There's very little recognition for the time and effort they've been putting in, no reimbursement, so no real incentive. Of course you can love the franchise, but these guys still gotta earn a living, they're doing this in their spare time, and I'm not surprised if you're forging all day in, day out, non-stop, why you would get burnt out. 343, if you're watching this video, you need to give them some way to justify the thousands of hours they are putting in, especially if you're not going to do the content yourself. Now yes, it's entirely possible that Microsoft has pulled the plug. 343 just doesn't have the budget to do weapons, vehicles, content, the stuff we really want to see as a community. What I would say to that is this: the goodwill that 343 built up and how they are perceived is very, very important going forward. A lot of that goodwill has been eroded by, say, the past 6 months in Halo Infinite. You read through the comments section of the latest Anvil operation and the comments read, wow, another shop cosmetic update and it's overpriced. I'm so excited. You have literally one of the best pro players in the world saying, wow, another update. Can't wait for a shop refresh. And people have that reaction because of how the game has currently been. Why would anyone be excited for a future release? And I was very excited for a future release if this is the current state of the game. So how you are perceived as a company is very important. The solution to that problem is to do what you did with the Master Chief Collection, have a very small team that is dedicated on just releasing some content items into the game, so a new vehicle, a new weapon, and a new developer made map every month or so, and that's all they do. They balance it, they release it, there's a content drop every so often. If the next game doesn't come out until 2026, that's a long time to wait with no playable content from you guys as a studio. The forgers can't carry it for that long. I would also like to add that when I asked Twitter the other day, and there was almost 1,000 replies, a lot of them from very notable members in the gaming community. I asked, are you even excited for a Halo Combat Evolved remake? And probably 50% of people also said no. This isn't a Gears of War E-Day situation where it's a story where it hasn't been told before, and it's a love letter to the fans. You are almost rewriting the Bungie story, beloved by millions of people, and a lot of you guys watching this video grew up on. If it's not perfect, perfect, and I mean perfect, which is a lot of pressure to put on yourselves, people are not going to respond well to it. Now, you guys watching this video always come to me because I tell it like it is. If it's good, I give good feedback. If it's bad, I'm critical, but I at least offer some solutions to try and move us forward. There's no point being negative if you don't have a solution to the problem, so at least I gave a solution as well. People legitimately feel like 343 has cut their losses, moved on to the next game. The bad thing is the remaining population that really love Halo Infinite, love the gameplay, are being milked by cosmetic items. That is your core base of users, 343. The loyal fan base who have stuck through everything over the past 12 to 13 years. And it's been a long ride. Frankly, anyone who still plays Halo Infinite deserves a new weapon, or vehicle, or developer-made map. Hell, if it was up to me, I would employ the forgers, give them the developer-made tools, which might give them some more inspiration, and that's another alternative solution to try get new things on the game. Over the past few years, I've spoken a lot about microtransactions. Frankly, because I don't want the average player to be taken advantage of, and the latest example I have of it is this. If you bought an individual piece from the shop when it was an individual item, and now that item is a part of a bundle, the game will not subtract that one item you already own from the price. It is by design that you have to buy each individual item to pay more. You add that with the cross-core customization being fixed and 343 raised the price. Guys, come on, you gotta put your foot down here with me. All of these sneaky ways that they think people aren't going to notice. The shop is a horrible system. I wouldn't have a problem with it if it was a storefront, you bought it for a certain price, and it was consumer friendly. There was regular content coming to the game, and there's optional extra cosmetics if you see something you like. But there's so much psychology behind it, so much manipulation, so much to extract every nickel and dime out of the player. And I know that there's a lot of 343 developers who are very, very passionate about Halo, that their hands are completely tied. There's nothing they can do about this. So it falls to us, the community, to voice our concerns. I care about Halo so much, man. I really do. And when I see a lot of you guys unhappy, even if I'm still enjoying playing the game, I feel like I should use my channel and my platform to try and improve it where I can. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.